Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is part 2 on the 2007 Mini Cooper with the DME relay problem. This is for car automotive in Florida. They are a good customer. They send me a lot of computers, and so far all has been a good repair. This time the same. So for those that have not seen the first video, I'm going to play the beginning so you understand what I'm doing in here. This is instead of the DME relay, I put a test light, a dim test light, well, not a dim, a test light, so we can visually and not go over to oscilloscope or thing, even though I have it connected. But then you can see it. The visual is the best. I have a 5-volt reference connected to that multimeter, and I have the oscilloscope connected to the bottom of the base of that transistor, which is the one is being activated and then providing the ground to control that relay. The reason I'm in there is because if we go over to the first video, I want you to focus onto the beginning. Let me just, it's refreshing for some reason. Hopefully internet is not shutting down or going slow. Come on. Let me see. Let me check the internet. Yeah, not sure what that was because the internet is perfect here. So, but all right. So I want you to focus on the test light. Again, remember that is the DME relay actuation or activation, right? Same thing. I want you to see how intermittent this was. Very, very intermittent. And I was, just starting the video in there. Uh, it was very, very intermittent. This is to reproduce a customer concern. So I'm going to move the video a little forward so we can see the same reaction on right here on the oscilloscope. Again, the same location that I am positioned now. Yeah, that's the pre-driver, the driver, pre-driver, 5-volt regulator, and the microprocessor in here. The only thing I cannot change is obviously the microprocessor. Let me see if I can show that signal. 'Cause yeah, it's very briefly that I showed that in the beginning, so I want to replay that so you guys get to see that. You see how choppy that signal is on the oscilloscope? So that's it. That's exactly what the customer concern. And if I go, please visit the videos, you will see it. But along the video, it just shuts off and never comes back on. So I have to completely repair the computer. So I have connections wise, you can go and visit the first video. That will be probably simple. I will just quickly just show you. These are the main connections in order for this computer to talk. This has three connectors, X6, three zeros, and then number 4, X60, 231, and X60, 232. The small one is the 232, and the middle one is 231, obviously. All the connections that I need, powers and grounds, communication, wake up call, is all in connector X6304. So I'm just gonna refer as 4, what was X60231? So 31 and 32, 4, 31 and 32. It's easier for me. But yeah, so the relay control, this is the relay, the K6300. That's just the way BMW does it. I'm just trying to keep it like that. So if you look for information online, then you got the correct information because otherwise, if I just name it DME relay, you might not be able to find it. But yeah, so terminal 30, constant battery power. Terminal 15 is ignition, and terminal 87 is any power that is provided after a relay. It's through a fuse after a relay, like in this case. So all these will be considered terminal 87. All these legs, whatever it is connected to, it will be terminal 87. And it will not happen until the same computer sends a ground signal control wire on pin 28 to control that relay. And that's exactly what I am connected with this test light. So if I go over to the test light, which is this this green wire here, is connected to pin 28. I have can low and can high, and the reason I have this decay box in here is because I am providing also a 60 ohm resistor, as the computer does not have one. So like that, we have clean communication, and that's not a problem. This is the big number of the car, and it's a 2007. All I'm seeing in here is the battery voltage and the terminal 15. Thing that I know from now, you will see that I now have the computer in the case, and I am with a clamp, so that area gets, very hot. You don't want to keep a load like this for too long without the heat sink, which is the same case of the computer, attached to it, because then it will start creating problems because it's overheating, right? So, but yeah, so everything is normal in here. What else I was going to show you? We got communication, we got this in here. Oh yes, I want to show you shutdown time on these computers. I have measured it outside the video. If I remove terminal 15 and terminal 87, obviously that will be automatically done through the relay on the same computer. But if you turn the ignition off, these two will go off. That's how long it takes that computer to power down. Exactly. Well, if this other thing goes away, I don't know why it does that sometimes. But yeah, we can see 6.5 seconds. And is again, I am connected to here. So disregard the signal because that's internally in the computer. But I was able to start from 0 to 6 minutes. That's how long that computer needs to completely power down. And the reason that happens is because after you shut down the car, there is still some tests the computer wants to run, like like evap, like Valtronic limits positions, and some other things the computer wants to perform. And that's the reason why the computer doesn't go to sleep as soon as you kill the power or the ignition, right? Because it's always going to have a battery power. But yeah, so everything is good. I have the oscilloscope connected and it's been running. I have 50 seconds per division, so a total of 8 minutes and 20 seconds. Due to the amount of frames per second or samples per second that I have, I can only record one screen. This is really not a fast signal, so I can reduce the sample rate, and that will help me to record more, because realistically for 5 million or 5,000 samples per second, it will be enough for this signal, because it's not like a, up and down or anything. And when you change the sample rate like I just did, I guarantee you now that that will be enough to record more than one waveform, because the way it was with 1 million samples is it was just doing one screen. And that is again 8.2 minutes. I probably have the computer on for probably 25 minutes, maybe half an hour, and it's being completely nice and steady, not a problem. So we're going to shut down this. I'm going to stop this and start it again. So we're going to start from 0, and we're going to see this relay going to sleep. I don't need to be focusing in here because we are going to see that drop at exactly 6 minutes. We can see that now terminal 15 and terminal and battery voltage are no longer active, even though it reads a 1.6. Yes, it's because of what the computer is doing internally. I can show other information. In the meantime, we reached that 6 minute mark. I can show you here. Let me minimize this oscilloscope and make this picture bigger. So this is the whole shebang of what is inside here. Again, this is the voltage regulator. This is the pre-driver, and this is the fuel pump driver. Obviously, this is the microprocessor, and it's a little different of this one because this is a 2007. The computer I use to gather all this is a 2010. It's still an N14, but they have some differences on position. It's the same, pretty much still the same component, except the microprocessor is obviously a newer version. This is the TC1766, and this is the TC, I don't have my glasses on. Let me get my glasses in here. And that the TC17, what is it, 96? Gonna have to look in through the microscope because I cannot see it. 1796, yeah, TC, yeah, that's what it says, TC 19, TC 1796. From the number, that might be newer. It's kind of weird, but I mean, this probably is newer as a 2010 computer. I will imagine that. I have also gathered when the computer is working properly, I take the time to put all the voltages of each of those pins in the pre-driver. This is ground, ground, a constant 5 volts, a constant 5 volts. The reason I had this number 26 with a star is because it's connected to a 5 volts that is coming from the voltage regulator right here. This 135 that we see here, these two signals are right here coming from or going to the microprocessor. That's probably a communication. And this other one doesn't go anywhere. I couldn't find anywhere. So I would just probably think that that is communication. Um, the computer will control this little device because that's like an operational amplifier, and that's what we see here. You see terminal 7 is ground. Terminal 14 is BCC. Again, 5 volts. So we have 5 volts there and ground in here. They are using on pin 4 a constant 5 volts, which under the board, these two are connected, 4 and 5. It's just a strategy. It doesn't mean that um, is bad, but the way they're using on this operational amplifier is they're using the plus in here and the minus in here, and then when these two are compared correctly, the internals of the device will supply 5 volts out. Same thing most likely will happen here. So if we visit like the third pin, let me see what the output is on the third pin. Oh, the third pin is not being used, so we're gonna have to look into uh, pin 8. You see pin 8 is 5 volts, is having a 5 volts, and this is not a constant 5 volts. As you can see, I didn't put the 26 because it's not coming from that 5 volts. So this is coming from someplace else. I didn't follow much. Sorry if I was out of the screen. Sometimes I focus on showing and I forget about the camera. But yeah, so we can see 5 volts, 3.3, and then it goes out 5 volts. So as long as these two positive leg, not a negative because it's plus or minus, so anything below that threshold, whatever threshold this device needs, it will make the output the same as the BCC. So if I put here 12 volts, this will give 12 volts. This will give 12 volts. All those will give 12 volts. But yeah, so that's just the way that operational amplifier works. Again, I'm trying to help as much as I can to understand because I know this is a little different, a little bigger than just repairing a car, but this is a car computer. So yes, we need to know a little more of how is the internals working when we are working on a relay. We just think it's like just power. Well, yes, not just power. This system inside here has a diode of protection for the bouncing of the relay, because remember, when the relay collapses, it gives a spike, and we don't want the spike to go inside the computer and damaging the microprocessor some or other components. So that's the reason diodes are installed as a protection, right? And yeah, this is a very good component. It's so far, like I said, working really good. All right, so let's see how long we've been talking. So let's bring out the oscilloscope up. We're about to reach the 6 minute mark. So let's see if, and remember, we got the ignition and everything off, just the battery power on, and this is being on all the time. We can see it on the light and we can see it on there. So this should be about to come down. And that's it. So pretty good. I was going to say now that it was about to happen because I saw that this was saying not supported and not available. Now we can see that now the computer is asleep. If I go and try to see this 5 volt reference, it's no 5 volt reference. That one is turned off. So that is completely normal. Don't expect that relay. Oh, my relay is still on. Well, now I'm giving you the information. You see how important it is to visit my channel and watch my videos, especially with European cars. These are not simple to work. And please, if you're going to do any tests in this, make sure that you keep your computer closed. Don't open the computer. Let me do that. Let me have that because it's very easy to damage these computers when you open it if you don't know what you're doing. I open these computers and I guarantee you nobody will ever know that this computer is open because as you can see the cover is not bent, it's not a scratch, it's factory and it will be still as a factory. My repairs internally, my component replacement, I don't care who comes and visits in here. It's like factory. My soldering, my work is like factory. So, and all components are original or Bosch, ST. I don't use copies because there is a lot of places you can buy copy parts. They are very inexpensive. I don't do that. I buy premium components only. All right, guys. So let's try this again. All right. So I still want to reach. Then I would like to reach the end of this end of the screen, but let's not do that. Let's restart it for what we're doing in here. I want to turn this off and turn it back on. Now it's going to start low, and I want to turn this computer on. We see that it is immediately the relay coming on, and it's going up to 5 volts. I will probably most likely going to have to reestablish communication. Let's see if we have voltage supply. No, it's still going to have to reestablish communication. It was since it went to sleep. This will need to be again. Um, Let me see, manual search, mini. Let's see if it is does it. I doubt it. I think they're gonna have to completely. Oh no, communicating. Please wait. Let's see. Oh, I know what is happening too. One of my CAN bus cables is disconnected. So let me reconnect that, guys. All right, the cable is now connected. Let's retry one more time. I might have to go out, maybe not. We'll see. Nope, it did read it. It was that cable. It got disconnected. Maybe when I move it, it got stuck into one of the keyboard keys. Read that stream again one more time, and then we're gonna go over to just voltage supply, both terminals, and that's it. But yeah, so as we can see, we have an active communication, good 5-volt reference, a very nice and steady signal. There is no more flickering in here, and we can see that in there. I'm going to probably stop the video here. I will, if anything happens, I will save this recording. This is the last recording. I'm going to probably keep it in here. I would say maybe uh, 2 screens, so 16 minutes. Get that as a save, and then shut down the computer and let it go to sleep again just one more time. But yeah, everything is 100% repair. I know that I don't show how to, I have not shown how to remove those components. I use my hot air gun. I got the hard air, the iron station from Hackle, that one right there, which I try to share as much as information. So what I have in here, that's the FM203. I got an JBL. This is very nice because this is to clean the tips of the irons. I just put them in there. It has a proximity sensor, and I can keep the tip of the irons nice and clean. That is very good. And that hot air station that I have from JBC, sorry, JBC is really, really good. That's just the JBC JTSE TESE hot air station. I have a Hako that I keep. It's actually on the corner. As you can see, I got a lot of stuff in here. But yeah, I use that one because I have tweezers and other things and I constantly use it. I just don't keep it because it's otherwise too crowded on my desk. And that is the one that I like to use the most. Hack was really good, but it's really a pain in the butt to adjust. It's everything is like you need to put a key. It's like if I want to change the settings on this one, I had to find the key, which is right there. That blue key right there has to be installed in here in order for me to change the temperature or yeah, the temperatures of or anything. I mean, like, really? That's my tool. Why do you put a key in there for? If I lost that key, I gotta go and buy another one. That's completely, honestly, for me, retarded. Make it as simple as possible. Selection, temperature up, temperature two, up and down. That's it. That is what that is so good. And that's what I keep it on my desk. Because I need to be quick. I don't need to spend 10 minutes trying to change the temperature or the air on a tool. But yeah, that's what I use. They're both really good. Hakko is a very good tool. It will last forever. Air wise and everything, I like it. This has a vacuum pump built in with a temperature sensor. This is the vacuum. You will see if you go back to my videos on the Kia, you'll see me using that to remove um, an IC on the for the coil drivers. But yeah, Hakko does not have a vacuum pump built into that, so I like that one even more for that. And I bought those, um, I don't know, hardware or accessories that you can attach, and those are to pull components out. All right, guys, thank you so much for visiting the channel. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. And as we said in Costa Rica, pura vida. See you next time. Bye bye.